Here's an example of what I was just talking about. I just put the blue horizontal line down there at the low of the day. And if you just keep your eye on the price bars, you see how they're bouncing off of the 21 moving average. That area that I just drew is the first area of support. You know, you have right here, you've got support and resistance. Price comes down, touches an area like that, it's support. Now, why do I think that's going to happen? First of all, look at the background color of the charts. They're red. I've also got my favorite trade up there, my favorite trade pattern, the SlingShot gap. And you can see how the price is coming down to it as I'm talking about it. The SlingShot gap gave me, the SlingShot pattern gave me the heads up that the price isn't going to reverse and continue to go up, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 bars ago. It's going to bounce off of that resistance that the 200, which is the red line, and the 21, which is the white line, provided right there at that intersection. You know, this is not difficult. Once you see, you put in enough screen time and you see how things work, you realize this is not difficult. I don't know, what am I looking at here? Oh, I had the wrong price up there. I'm really talking about pattern right now. I'm not talking about what was in my matrix or the actual option, buying it, buying a call, buying a put, just describing how to read the chart. And that's the key to becoming a successful trader. Now, you know what I think is going to happen right here? Even though we have the blue bar here, I'm going to get rid of it. My money, this sounds very, very strange to a new student, but my money would be on the long side right here. Think of a tennis ball. You drop the tennis ball, it hits the concrete floor. What's it do? It bounces. Well, the ball being the price bars, that's my analogy with this. The ball just came down, hit the concrete floor, and now it's going to bounce up. Is it going to bounce up like a Super Ball immediately? No. That's not the way the markets work. But if you realize that you have to sit back and be patient and just observe and believe what you see, that's the thing. There are so many people that don't believe what they see. They take a counter position to what the charts are telling them to do, and they wonder why they lose their asses. It's ridiculous. Anytime a student says to me, they start off a sentence with the 2 words, "I thought," I know you're not following the rules. I don't give a shit what you follow that up with. You know why? Because there's no reason for anyone to be thinking about something other than what the charts are telling them. The charts have no emotion. The charts have no agenda. It's numbers, it's math. It's saying this is where the buyers are, this is where the sellers are, this is how many buyers, how many sellers, this is where the price is going in terms of the influx of volume. And right now, people are sitting around. It's like, just think of, you know, when you were a kid playing tug of war at camp. That's what's going on with the price from opening to closing bell. So I'm going to tell you right now, I think the price is going to start going up just on what little pattern that I see on the price bars. I'm not going to bring it up because I don't want to cloud your judgment just now or confuse you. You know, people think they can take a trading course and I'll put an arrow right here. This is where I said it's going to go up. Okay. People foolishly think that they're going to enroll in a trading course and it's just as I'm grabbing this ellipse, I was going to say, watch, my TSL 1, the white line's going to turn up, and it did as I was grabbing the ellipse. I just wanted to point that out, but you know, it's already turned. they think they're going to start making tons of money right out of the gate. They don't want to put in any screen time. It's turn it on. The white line hit the green, so I should buy. The white line hit the red, so I should either sell or go short. That's not the way it works. This is the easiest, simplest way in the world, in my opinion, to make money. Now, I can't say some of this stuff in an ad or a webinar. I'm telling you this because it's basically a private one-on-one here. But I'm going to tell you that I believe the market's going here. Now, when it does, you're going to think that I have some insider information. And I do. It's called screen time. I've been to this movie before. Why do I think this is going to happen? Because the momentum has shifted to the upside. Now, my background colors are red. Did I mention going long back there at the arrow? No. I just said I think the price is going to start going up here. That's where my target is. Yeah, I'm just going to round to 416. So basically, I think it's going to go from 416 to about 421. Look at the oscillators. Look at the TSL1. Look at the TSL2. What do you see? You see the TSL2 right now at 100. Right? You can see it in the y-axis right there. It's at 100. This is a double top, which is bearish. But I still think we are heading up because there's an area where I drew that green horizontal box that is a very common retracement level. I'm going to draw something here in a second. A common retracement level. And when you understand that, and I'll teach you that later, I'll teach you where to put that green horizontal target box. So you're going to see a little retracement here. And right now, this is like a play-by-play, play-by-play call. This is something that I learned, when my mentor taught me 25 years ago. It's the lightning bolt pattern. I came up with the word lightning bolt. I don't know if I made it up. I probably heard it somewhere. Just like I used to think that I came up with the H pattern, and then I found out I didn't. There's a trading educator that's been around a lot longer than me, and I saw a video of his about a year or so ago, and there he was talking about the H pattern. I went, holy shit. Okay, well, I guess I didn't coin that phrase. But my mentor used to describe the up move, the retracement, and then the continuation up move as two legs. First leg, and he would refer to the retracement as a knee. Because if you're sitting in a chair, it looks like it's, your thigh goes up, and then there's the knee, and then the what is it? Your shin bone. Your shin continues down with that. So you've got your body to the hip, to the knee, to the ankle. Very strange. When I say very strange in explaining it. But if I drew a little person, you'd see it clear as day. To me, it's just a lot easier to call it the lightning bolt pattern because the price goes up, retraces, and then continues back up. It's the second wave. And I don't know if I ever told you this story. I've said it 100 times, probably 1,000 times in webinars that I was sitting trading with my mentor, and he was telling me about how the second, his words were, the second leg, 75% of the time will mimic the first leg. So the second wave mimics the first wave in terms of distance. And as it was retracing like it is right now, I went, and I was in a trade, and I doubled up on my contracts when it was retracing like this. Here, let me draw it. So I doubled up right there. And he looked at me. He's like, well, what are you doing? Here, let me draw it out. Here's the first wave. Here's the retracement. And that is the second wave. You see how it looks like a lightning bolt? Let me get rid of the first arrow so you keep your focus on what I'm saying. So right there, let's say I got in at that first arrow, and let's say I had 10 contracts. Price goes up, comes back. Now let's just for sake of discussion, I didn't get out. As it retraced, most people, got to get out. This is going against me. I doubled up. I added 10, let's say I was trading 10. I added another 10 contracts to where that green arrow, to my position where that green arrow is right now. And he looked at me and he just kind of chuckled. He said, first he said, what are you doing? And I said, well, you just told me that there's a 75% chance of this second leg matching the first one. And he said, yeah, but I didn't tell you it was a new trade. I said, well, that's how I look at it. And he said, you're going to be a good trader. I didn't have any reason not to believe him. I'd never traded before, and all I did was listen to every word he said, and I believed every word he said. I never let any kind of second guessing or confirmation bias or my own patterns that I saw in my mind or, on the charts. I never let any of those even enter my thoughts. Because when I first sat down with him and he turned on his charts, I sat there, feeling like I was looking at hieroglyphics. I didn't know what the hell I was looking at. And the way he taught me how to do it, I know you've heard this a bunch of times. The way he taught me how to do it was he spoon-fed the information. Here's a little bit of information. Now go home and practice this for 2 weeks. Practice it for 2 weeks. I had it down by the time I got off the airplane when I got home. We're going to sit here and see how this plays out. Because the oscillators look like which is what they are, double top, which is bearish, as I said. It looks like a double top, and we should be short. But what I haven't talked about, and the reason why I'm bringing this up, is that we have been in this sideways crap for what? 20 bars or so? Sideways. Most people get their heads handed to them in a sideways market because they falsely believe that they can buy the breakouts when the price just pops its head above that top channel or below. And that's not enough. Too many people get taken to the cleaners by just some, really basic, I'll call it a basic set of bullshit rules that sound good, and some, what is it? I'm drawing a blank. A Facebook ad, the old dazzle 'em thing. Hey, this sounds good. People will believe it. Show them proof. That's why I talk about stuff. I do it live. I'm telling you, we've gone over this a bunch of times. Gone over things a bunch of times during a live market so you can hear me talk about it before it happens. Everybody can be a hero, looking at yesterday's chart. But you want to know what to do. What good is that going to do you? If you don't know how to anticipate what's on the horizon, then you will constantly be in a reactive state. I want to be and I don't know if I'm saying this right, doesn't really matter, but I know you know what I mean. I want to be in a proactive state. I want to look at the market. I ask myself this question all the time. What's on the horizon based on patterns that I've seen for 25 years? Look, we're hitting that target area. Let me get rid of this so you can see it crystal clear. When I told you that the target was coming up, did you think I was guessing?